For decades, strange radio stations have been broadcasting encrypted messages into the darkness. No music, no advertisements, only numbers, repeated endlessly by emotionless voices, and nobody officially admits who they belong to. Late at night, across isolated radio frequencies around the world, the voices still appear, cold, mechanical, emotionless, reading endless sequences of numbers into the darkness. Most people discover them by accident, a strange signal while scanning old shortwave radios, a distant voice hidden beneath static. Then the counting begins. 7, 4, 1, 9. Sometimes the voices are female, sometimes male, occasionally distorted beyond recognition, but the structure is almost always the same. Numbers, codes, repeating endlessly. These broadcasts are known as number stations, and despite decades of investigation, nobody officially admits who operates them. The stations began appearing during the Cold War. At first, many people assumed they were military communications, but over time, stranger details emerged. The broadcasts often appeared at unusual hours. Some repeated identical codes for years, others suddenly vanished forever, and some still remain active today. One of the most famous stations became known simply as the Lincolnshire Poacher, a haunting female voice repeating coded messages over eerie music. Another station broadcasted nothing except buzzing tones and fragmented Russian phrases. Listeners around the world became obsessed. Radio enthusiasts began recording transmissions late into the night, archiving strange patterns, searching for meaning. But the deeper people investigated, the more unsettling the broadcasts became. Some stations transmitted from locations that technically shouldn't exist. Others appeared briefly before disappearing without explanation. Then there were the theories. Many intelligence experts believed the stations were used to communicate with undercover spies. The idea was simple. Agents hidden inside foreign countries could receive instructions through coded broadcasts impossible to trace directly. But even if that explanation is true, it raises another question. Why do some of these stations still operate long after the Cold War ended? To this day, listeners continue discovering active frequencies online, voices reading numbers into empty static, messages intended for someone, somewhere, waiting, and perhaps the strangest part of all, most governments have never officially acknowledged them. As if the broadcasts were never meant for ordinary people to hear in the first place. Maybe the stations really were used for espionage. Maybe every strange transmission had a logical explanation hidden behind encryption. But if that's true, why are some of them still broadcasting today? And who is still listening on the other side of the signal?